Quake 2 surprise dropped on the Switch today in tandem with QuakeCon 2023. Now, Quake 2 was my first foray into the world of Quake, and I can remember my father organising a new computer for me in high school with a Riva TNT2 graphics card that came with Quake 2 to test it out. I've always enjoyed id Games' approach to shooters. They are, after all, the grandfather of modern shooters, and Quake 2 is no exception, which for its time was revolutionary due to its level design, groundbreaking AI, and fast-paced action. But can that hold up to modern times? Let's find out. In Quake 2, you play an unnamed space marine whose drop pod has crashed into a Strogg base. The Strogg are a cyborg alien hybrid who assimilate humans to join their ranks. Throughout the 8-hour campaign, you will fight an army of Strogg, infiltrate facilities, and destroy supply chains. The levels are well designed and still hold up to this day. There are several tropes that feature in Quake 2 that were commonplace in classic shooters, like hidden areas to explore and well-placed explosive barrels, which make combat exciting, and exploring every nook and cranny of the somewhat linear levels a great little addition to the game. The game came out at the start of the whole grey-brown wash era of games, but it's very fitting in this case and leads to a sense of isolation. Radio chatter helps tell the story of an invasion gone wrong and the chaos that ensues. Your fallen comrades litter the starting levels and thin out as you infiltrate further into enemy territory. The enemies are varied, and despite the aged graphics engine, still look menacing as they did back in the day. This version features advanced upgrades to the graphics engine of the original game and looks sharp and runs silky smooth, while retaining the look and feel of the original game back in the day. The engine was quite advanced for its time, which included some impressive particle effects and dynamic lighting. These things are standard now, but were very advanced for its time. Weapons are varied and fun to use, from the simple blaster to the double-barrel shotgun to more advanced weaponry, like the Hyper Blaster. Shooting is fast-paced and fun. The speed and movement is somewhat akin to that of the Doom reboots, which recently graced the Switch. There's a variety of enemies which show damage on them as you fight, and there are small strategies behind every battle. There's something so satisfying about launching an enemy's Strogg 6 feet back with a super shotgun, and the classic Quake trope of blowing enemies into chunks, or gibs, is frequent when you face smaller foot soldiers with much heavier weaponry. Controls are fairly stock standard, and you can use the gyro motion controls if you're that way inclined. I prefer them off, but it was great to see more modern touches included in this package. Another great feature is the plethora of accessibility options for gamers. There are more modern updates like crossplay functionality, the inclusion of all Quake 2 expansion packs, a brand new expansion pack designed specifically for this version of the game, as well as the addition of Quake 2 64, which is its own game, well worth a play for those who didn't have a Nintendo 64 back when it was released. Multiplayer is also included, as well as 4-player local co-op on the same screen. The entire package is incredibly well valued, and there's a lot of gameplay here for a very small investment. It's clear that this is no simple port, and a lot of love and care was taken when shifting this game to a more modern console. Both id Software and Machine Games have done an incredible job with this package, and if you're a fan of Quake or Doom, this is an essential purchase to add to your collection. For those who didn't play Quake 2 back in the day, it's easy to overlook the small details like enemies ducking your fire, blasters lighting up your surroundings, and even particle effects when bullets hit walls. All these features are stock standard these days, but it was an incredible experience and was so advanced for its time. It's a game I feel still holds up to this day, and coupled with the fact that this package includes Quake 2, all of the expansions, and Quake 2 64 for the asking price of a takeout meal at Macca's, it's a deal harder to pass up than a quarter pounder at a drive-thru. I give the Quake 2 package a 92 out of 100.